A Hong Kong court on Thursday sentenced former pro-democracy lawmaker Lam Cheuk-ting and 6 others to prison for rioting after they were attacked by a mob in 2019 as protests raged in the city. More than 100 white-shirted men stormed the Yuen Long train station in the city's northwest on the night of July 21st that year, attacking protesters, journalists and passers-by with clubs and sticks. Around a dozen attackers were later jailed for rioting and conspiring to wound with intent. But in a twist that stoked public outrage, Lam and the other 6 who were seen trying to defend the public that night were also arrested and charged with rioting. Lam had ended up with head and arm injuries that required stitches. In handing down his 37-month sentence, the judge noted Lam had not engaged in violent acts, but he said Lam's presence as a prominent Democrat and his live streaming of the attack had inflamed the situation. It created a magnet effect that drew more people to the scene, the judge said. Lam is already serving a nearly 7-year prison term in a separate national security case. He will serve 34 months of Thursday's rioting sentence after that term finishes. The 6 other defendants were given between 25 and 31 months in prison. Many of them sought mitigation on the grounds of self-defense, but the judge said they had engaged in riotous behavior, including throwing water bottles and spraying water from fire hoses. In 2020, after a year of mass protests, China imposed a sweeping national security law on Hong Kong, which has a separate legal system. Authorities have since arrested scores of activists, shut down media outlets, and overhauled elections to weed out the opposition. Democracies around the world have condemned the crackdown, but Beijing says all are treated equally under the security law and that it has brought stability.